Hi guys, welcome back to the Guild Chat. It is episode 15 and so much has happened, just so much. How is everybody doing?
Good, thank you.
Not too shabby.
Okay.
Doing
Also
well.
in the chat with us we have Scrub, long-time Guild member and good friend of the cast.
From across the pond. Hey guys.
So we've got a few things to talk about. So I'm going to say this now, but we're not going to talk about it on this one. We're probably going to do another show for this. We changed guild, so that's been quite a big deal, and we'll do another cast on that. But we're not going to talk about that now because obviously lots of other stuff has happened, and we'd rather cover what's relevant and then talk about that next time, when we get a lull. So Scrub's here, and we've got a quiz. So I guess we should just get our quiz out of the way, and we can all have a laugh at his answers because it's a great quiz. Are you ready, Scrub?
Sure.
Okay, so question 1 is, who is the sexiest character in Galaxy of Heroes?
Oh, that's actually a good question. I'm actually gonna have to go with Shakti. Yeah.
Okay.
Shakti.
There seems to be quite a favoritism of the Twi'leks going on so far.
Well,
so,
I mean,
but
dude,
that's cool.
she's thick. She's thick. I mean, you know, I mean, Basti's not bad, but I think, yeah, she's got good posture.
Posture.
That's good. No, maybe I need to alter that question and put a reason in because that's good. Question number 2: who is your favorite Ninja Turtle?
You know, I will have to go with Raphael.
Okay, yeah, good choice.
Yeah, the personality and just his overall demeanor. Yeah.
I do wonder why. If only we'd spoken about something similar.
Hush.
Question 3: if you had a lightsaber, what color would it be?
That is a good question. Hyper blue.
Okay. Question 4. This is like the most important question on here. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Absolutely yes.
Ah, yes.
What?
Get in.
Kick him off.
Bro,
Get him off.
Pineapple on
you
pizza is
got
awesome.
to have a Hawaiian pizza. Come on.
It doesn't have to be Hawaiian.
Bacon, ham, pineapple. Come on.
Bacon and
a bunch
ham,
of
I'll give
cheese.
you. No pineapple.
Oh yeah, you're missing out.
Yeah, pineapple's great. Okay. Next question. What is better, Ewoks or Jawas?
This also matters dearly.
That's that's actually a good question. Ewoks are cute and cuddly, but Jawas are mechanical. I'm gonna have to go with the Jawas solely on mechanical aptitude.
But bears can ride speeder bikes.
Barely. They fly off the back of them.
Yeah.
It's not really riding it.
Barely.
Question 6. What do you call the TV remote?
The TV remote.
I need to change this question. Like, I know so many people that call TV remotes strange things, and I'm just like,
Like
The
what?
buttons.
oh, like
Yeah,
I went
but you're
through
not
this-
talking to someone who's
I know.
got those strange names
seriously,
for things.
seriously. When I was working in retail, it just came up in conversation because like someone was like, I call the TV remote the duffer. And I'm like, the what?
The what?
You call it the what? Yeah, we call it the duffer. And I'm like,
See,
that's the duffer. And I'm
I
like,
call
what?
it the do flicker. It's
There
the
you
do
go.
flicker.
One of my friends calls,
So-
my cousin, he calls it the gadget.
Or if the battery's down, it's the don't flicker.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing.
That's my missus.
Okay, so we're going to skip the bonus question and go to the last question. What is the most ridiculous fact that you know?
That's actually a good question. About bees. They're simply checking you out, essentially checking out your demeanor, personality, and everything when they come and buzz about a foot to two away from you. They're not looking to attack. They just they're just checking you out. So yeah.
They're checking your vibes.
Yes. Yeah. There you go. Absolutely. They're vibing.
I didn't know that. That's a great thing to know.
The vibes.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. So yeah,
Sorry.
you've survived the quiz.
Oh wow. I had to Google all of those answers just in case you didn't
That's
know.
cheating.
You didn't say I couldn't.
No, it's fair. It's fair. You're allowed to cheat on our quiz. Yeah. So moving on, we've got a new character that was just announced yesterday. So I guess we should talk about that. Has anybody looked at this character? Because I don't even know who this character is.
I read the kit.
That's about it.
Okay. So does anyone know who this character is? Because I've never seen
Yeah.
it before.
I mean, you haven't been
Omega.
watching Bad Batch.
No, I haven't. I haven't even seen all the Clone Wars.
She's
I think
disgraceful.
me and Uni are on the same page with the Bad Batch.
what page is that, Davvo?
I mean, I personally don't think it's bad, but also don't think it's particularly good. Not
Yeah, it's
compared
not great.
to the
It's
first
brilliant.
season of, or the last season of Rebels, or
Rebels
the
was
last season
awesome.
of Clone Wars.
Thank you.
I suppose
It's better
when
than
you
You're talking
first
about the
season of Clone
show,
Wars,
not
though.
the actual characters, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's about
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know anything about this character. I've never seen it on screen or anything like that, and it just looks like some little kid with a bear, which immediately made me go, hang on a minute, didn't they put up a thing saying they weren't going to put kids that you could kill in the game, and that's why they didn't do Grogu? Whatever.
I mean, Grogu's more of a baby than a defenseless child.
But isn't he like 50 years old and has the Force?
Yeah, but still, killing babies is worse than killing kids that are fighting you.
Yeah, especially if you're with Anakin.
Yeah.
That makes it less bad.
He's got experience then in these matters. All right, okay. So this character's in the Bad Batch, and I think she actually is a clone, but I don't know any of the background for that because obviously.
Is it that she's a clone, or was it simply that she is genetic from the
Jango Fett template?
So,
yeah,
basically spoilers here, but she is a pure genetic replica, same as she's basically Boba Fett's twin.
Yeah,
Okay.
she is
Okay.
Boba Fett 2.0.
Okay.
all right.
She is the pure genetics of Jango Fett.
Okay, so it's just another copy of him, but for some reason it's a girl.
What? No,
Yeah.
they modified her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Let's just have a look at a kit. Okay, the animations look weird. Just some little kid with a bow and arrow. Has anybody seen these animations? Seems to have the same animation for like her first two abilities.
I'll say I've actually seen the animations.
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah,
little
to be
more
honest,
zoomed in, I think.
the first time I tried to watch them, they were all lagged out beyond recognition, so I haven't actually seen them yet.
Sorry. There is a slight difference between the animations in that she holds the bowstring slightly longer in the second animation, and you get a tiny little spark at the end of the bow.
And it turns. Yeah. She turns it slightly sideways to the right. If you look at the that feels kind of like I don't know. It looks weird having like a bow and arrow in Star Wars.
Ewoks,
especially when a child is using.
Yeah, but Ewoks are allowed though because they're like little primitive bears, not like here you go, clone warrior, have a bow and arrow. Like why can't you just have a gun?
She's not a clone warrior though. She got it off. She actually got it off of a set of slavers, I believe.
Right,
yep.
Those slavers well known for using bow and arrows to capture people. I was like, I've seen episode 4. Just set your phasers or laser guns or whatever they are to stun. Sorted.
Isn't that Star Trek?
That's the same thing. They've got stun mode. What do you use bow and arrow for?
Beam me up, Andy.
Yeah, but Rambo runs around killing hundreds of supposed soldiers with a bow and arrow. Like, it's literally like the saying is don't bring a knife to a gunfight, but yet every hero does and gets away with it. So
yes, armor.
Yeah, so I think that argument's kind of gratuitous, really.
Whatever. Anyway, so Omega, light side character, attacker, Bad Batch, clone trooper. Has a small bear on the artwork, but I can't see it in the animations.
That bear's not hers. It's actually Wrecker's.
Wreckers, yep.
What?
Indeed.
Oh, right, so he's actually got his own teddy bear because he's weird.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do not diss my boy Wrecker.
Sorry, I've already gone there. It's already happened. Okay, so her basic ability is Disarming Shot. The final text is, deal physical damage to target enemy. If Omega has evasion up, inflict blind and daze for 1 turn. If Omega has a buff that can be dispelled and it's her turn, she deals damage again, dealing 50% less damage. Okay. Where can she get evasion up? Doesn't Tech give that out?
Her team. What? Either any one of the Bad Batch could give up evasion.
Okay, so
give evasion up because they have infinite buffs apparently.
Yeah, I have heard about their infinite buffingness, but I've not played against them or used them. So
they are the
there's
Arnold
a single buff
Schwarzenegger
in the game.
I mean, Arcs are getting holds in GAC and they're only like 3 and 4 star.
Yeah. To be honest, it's a great looking squad, but the sheer number of buffs they apparently give out.
If only there was a character that could counter their buffs.
Give out.
I think Treyas probably will be alright against them because you can every time they gain a buff out of turn they lose 50% offense.
Yep.
So her first special is Adaptive Learner, which is deal physical damage and inflict a target enemy with zeroed in. Dispel zeroed in from all other enemies, and Omega gains a stack of target practice. These effects can't be copied, dispelled, prevented, resisted, and last till the end of the encounter. The zeroed in is removed from an enemy or Omega is defeated. Okay. If the target is exposed, this attack inflicts target lock for 2 turns and removes 10% turn meter. Zeroed in. Omega has target practice while a character is afflicted by this. Omega can ignore taunt to target this enemy. Okay. And then target practice is plus 5% crit chance offense and 10% crit damage per stack. Doesn't say how many stacks you're allowed.
Maybe infinite.
Yeah, it could be, I guess. It doesn't say. So when you zero someone, you gain a stack. It just says inflict 0 in, and then 0 in says, I don't know. It's kind of confusing the way they word these. Let's have a look at the next ability.
And it also doesn't say how many times zeroed in can be stacked on an opponent either.
No, but it does say when you inflict it that it dispels it from other characters.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but then does that dispel target practice? Do you know what I mean? Because it just says they last until the end of the encounter.
Mm-hmm.
And unless a debuff says it can be stacked, it will dispel the last instance of that debuff that was on the enemy.
Yeah.
So zeroed in, if applied to the same character, will dispel the previous zeroed in.
Yeah, so
and
it looks like target practice, you can just keep stacking it because they've not put a cap on it, or they've not said there's a cap on it.
Yeah. But there's only 2 ways of getting it.
Yeah.
But does it continue to stack? Like, if it dispels, does it continue to stack, or does the stacking start over when a new application happens? That wording isn't there.
It says these effects can't be copied, dispelled, prevented, or resisted, and last to the end of the encounter. So once she gets it, that's as far as I can tell. She's got it. You can't get rid of it. So she's going to start stacking it. Okay, let's move on to a second special. So Empathy first, cooldown 4. So her cooldowns are quite high, but the team probably lets her get away with these. Omega dispels all debuffs on herself and gains stealth for 2 turns. Bad Batch allies gain protection up 40% and defense penetration up for 2 turns and 10% turn meter. If Omega has critical chance up, Bad Batch allies gain an additional 20% turn meter and protection over time 20% for 2 turns. If Omega already had stealth and the enemy is zeroed in, she gains a stack of target practice. There's a lot going on. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
This is a very wordy kit.
It's like almost
but
like
not in the same way as Kenobi.
Yeah. Kenobi's you just shorten everything to does everything.
Yeah.
Face Jesus.
Calls everybody to assist about 8 times, does everything. And then her unique is part of the squad. At the start of the encounter, if all allies are Bad Batch, whenever the allied leader begins their turn, Omega gains 5 speed and 2% offense stacking to a maximum of 50 speed and 20% offense for the rest of the encounter.
Hunter.
So, well, it's got to be him, isn't it? He's the
Hunter
only...
is basically her dad in the series.
Okay.
Not a very good one, but...
It's the B-Tech Din Djarin.
Okay, and then the second part to this is, well, Omega has stealth, she has 10% crit damage, and when another Bad Batch ally uses a special ability, she assists, dealing 60% less damage. While Omega has defense up, she has plus 10% crit chance. Omega deals 5% more damage for each buff she has, and 5% more damage for each debuff the enemy has. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
I wonder if that cap on... So if her offense can continue to stack beyond 20% with the target practice, that could be seriously insane.
So she gets up to 20%.
Yeah, she's going to be high damage.
Right?
But you're going to have to take several turns for her to build it up.
I think she's going to be high damage off the mark and get higher damage as it goes.
I agree.
I don't know, because there seems to be so many things that increase her damage. If she begins the battle with already high damage, then you would just delete people straight away.
I think that's the idea.
Yeah, but then
if you've seen the show, that's
yeah, but how does the opposing team have time to do anything if you just delete all their stuff before they can do anything?
Be faster.
Yeah.
It's already a tough squad.
No,
she's already getting 5% for every buff, and the amount of buffs they pump out is just
that's
unbelievable.
Yeah, I think the squad will probably all have to take a turn before G gets powered up, though, just to get all of those effects on the table.
No,
I think she's going to have a low base speed.
Yeah, I think you want her to go last.
This is the sort of kit that would come with a low base speed.
That's probably true.
You would think that.
High damage.
Okay.
But Tech opening up with all of your buffs, though, she's gonna.
Yeah.
Then
with the Zeta, she's really gonna.
Debuffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both of them. Yeah. She's gonna cap out on the Zeta.
So I'm gonna have to get my Dengar counter ready, so that he can prevent her gaining stealth.
Yes.
The whole squad can gain stealth. It's not just her.
Yeah, I know. That's
okay.
That's why I'd have my Dengar counter, so they can't gain stealth. It probably wouldn't help.
I am disappointed that one of her specials was not her beating an enemy opponent in a chess match.
Oh, okay. It goes over my head because I've not seen it.
She should have a third specialty of just basically being a little whiner sometimes. She just stops doing anything and has a little sulk with Hunter because, she's a kid.
He wouldn't let her do anything?
Yeah.
To get his attention, yeah, I agree.
She runs off or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't get to see in the actual animations. You obviously can't see the character from the front. You can just see it from the back. But I hope the character's face is better than that artwork.
Well, that looks like a little boy in that artwork.
Because that artwork looks bad.
Yes.
Have you guys really got any more comments on this character? Because I just don't quite understand how everything works. It's so complicated.
I'm just not interested in the battle. Like, I know they're a good squad. Like I've seen gameplay.
Yeah.
but like
I do think she's going to take them to a high level.
Because we know that
I just hate the character so much.
That's
does my head in.
That's fair enough.
So I can't really comment.
But we know our friend Archangel, who has an obsession with clones, will probably get her.
Oh, definitely.
Yes. Oh yeah, Ark's going to be hella happy. I think he already is hella happy with it.
Yeah, maybe when they stop releasing clone troopers, he'll build some other squads. But
it served him well so far.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, this character's just gonna add to his holds on GAC.
But once again, Cody's got nowhere to live.
Poor old Cody.
We've got Cody and Clone Sergeant with nowhere to live. I feel like they need to give.
They have a special mission in Lightside Geo.
Yeah, but I feel like what they need to do though is make Clone Sergeant have whatever Cody's battalion is. I think it's the 212 or something, and then chuck a couple more characters in. So Cody's got a squad because it feels like you've got Commander
Cody's
Cody.
The only named 212.
Yeah, but you've got Clone Sergeants are nobody technically. Arc Troopers are nobody.
I mean, I'd love them to add like Jesse and Wolf.
Yeah.
Waxer and Boyle.
Yeah.
I think there's plenty of characters. There was loads of them, wasn't there? There's a lot of clones.
There are plenty of named clones.
Yeah. Even if there was just some generic ones. But yeah, he feels a little bit wasted. You know, when you're like I'm doing the Kenobi requirements and you have to have Relic 5 on both those characters and you're like, there's nowhere for them to go. At least Sergeant's got a ship.
Welcome to the life of GLs.
Yeah, I suppose.
There will always be characters with no home.
Like Rolo.
I found a use for everyone except Royal Guard. And even then, that's Fleet.
Yeah, Royal Guard's good. He's got a good ship.
Rose Tico is comfortable in Crancor's stomach.
Yeah, he's just fodder, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh well. Okay. Well, nothing else to say on her.
She looks good.
From a kit point of view, I assume you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for clarifying that.
I needed to, because.
Oh my god. Why do I still hang out with you people?
I don't know, Davvo. Why do you?
Okay, the next thing that's happened we just had another update to the game, and they finally put in so that we can see which squads and characters we've already used, which kind of feels like, like when you're playing JC and you click on your squad list and it now reads out characters that you've already used.
Oh.
Have you updated the game?
No, clearly it hasn't.
Clearly haven't. That's what they just added.
I haven't been playing GAC either, so you know.
Well, it happens in Territory Battle and other formats. But yeah, they put that back in, which is amazing. If you guys are planning to do the Cam Shard mission, they also really, really quickly fixed the stand your ground issue, so you will definitely need to update your game for that, so that you don't have that bug.
I don't think my clones are going to be quite good enough.
No, but Unis and Uni might, and I think Scrubs are pretty good.
I've got Relic 4 on them, but then Shakti's only 2.
Yeah. It's up to you if you want to take a go at it. It might be a bit hard.
Try.
So yeah,
nothing better to do.
Not an unwanted update. And then we're back on 5v5 with Grand Arena, and this is with the first time with the changeover to the actual divisions. How are you guys finding that?
Pretty good. Liking it so far.
Yeah, I think
it's better, but I haven't been playing it.
I think a few of us got caught off guard with the double fleet, but seems to be working out pretty good.
Yeah,
thanks to Raid, I have had no problems with the double fleet.
See, it's all about Bosk.
Oh, I don't use Bosk.
Oh,
it's just it's just you've been farming the ships, so I don't have to.
Yeah, I think everyone was sort of working on ships to some extent because they knew that they were going to put into another division. It is.
Oh yeah, no, I had a fair while before I needed a second fleet on defense.
I feel like there was meant to be an and after that, but
no. Just I had a whole bracket before I needed a second fleet, and then obviously the new one came out and sort of threw me in the deep end. So I've had to just work on ships as quick as possible.
I already had 3 fleets. I've got 2 good fleets for offense. I don't really care enough to go for a 4th.
So have the obviously now that you guys have to use 2 fleets, has that changed the way that you've used those in Grand Arena?
Yeah, for me it has.
Yeah.
When I started playing, I had found Warrior, one of the YouTubers, his account build guide, and I had started following it and paid a lot of attention to fleets then, and so I've pretty much been able to maintain from the coming of my account up until now. I can still climb to first within a variation of ease in fleet arena, but then that's also allowed me to have pretty good fleets to be able to both put on defense and have on offense. And with my account, I actually have both of the get twos. So depending on what the opponent has, I can place either Malevolence or Negotiator on defense. So that's been nice.
Yeah.
No, he's just put Negotiator down.
One change that I found though is that everybody I'm playing against now has a Galactic Legend. It's like a guarantee that I haven't seen an opponent without one in ages, like 2 GACs now at least. And this tournament, I've decided to change how I'm doing my fleets, because it seems that a lot of players just put their GL on defense and they always seem to stick them guarding the fleet zones. And I think that's because a lot of players don't have that great fleets. So what I decided to do was I've actually been sticking my Malevolence and my Negotiator on defense and just holding my other ships for offense, because my other fleets are still pretty reasonable. They're not that bad. And yeah, I've bumped into a few players where I've not been able to quite clear their defense, but the weak Malevolences I've been able to go through in like 2 or 3 battles just because I've got so many ships to choose from. And yeah, I'm still waiting for opponents to actually attack me, because I don't think anyone's attacked me yet.
I haven't been attacked. I've been winning by attacking one team.
Yeah. What about your ult though? Has that changed much? Because you're on obviously a lower bracket.
Absolutely nothing changed. Still one team in every territory in one fleet. It's just 5v5 requires more toons, and it means my Kylo's easier to kill.
What division are you on in that one?
The 2nd lowest.
All right, okay. It feels like it's quite hard to be in the lowest division at level 85.
Well, I mean, I think for most people it is quite hard, but that's because most people have like loads of gear 8s. I've got Relic Kylo, Relic 7 Kylo, Relic 4 Vader, and then Geos, Mon Mothma, got a load of gear 12. First Order, got Palpatine. I've just got enough.
You just gone for the horrific GAC teams.
Well, I went for Kylo, and then thought I may as well just get Vader, and then my guild needs what. But apart from that, it's just been Kylo stuff, which just happened to be insanely difficult to kill at low levels.
Yeah. What I have found though is that I am enjoying it a lot more going back to 5v5, and with the new division changes putting down more stuff, I'm having to reach through my roster a bit more. But all my opponents though seem to be, and I don't know if they've done this on purpose, but everybody's sort of being like within 10,000 GP of the next bracket, and I'm stuck at the kind of bottom end of the bracket, and it's very noticeable because it's 600k or so difference.
Oh, my ult said that.
Yeah, but at this level, it's like 600k is, they've got another GL, or they've got another 2 relic teams on top of what you've got, or it makes it very difficult.
Yeah, so far my first round with no GLs on my part, I was matched up in a grouping with 5 SLKRs. I ended up winning 3-0, and there was the one that had the alt was an auto deploy, and I was able to clear most all of it. But his auto deploy with the SLKR was quite difficult. And then this round, I'm with a C owner, a JML owner, 3 JKLs, and a Ray, I believe. And I've already beat one of the JKLs, so I'm not gonna cry yet, but I might later.
I've been lucky enough to not have ever been matched up against a double GL owner, which, considering how long I've had a GL, is a very nice surprise.
Yeah, I've only had it about 3 times, which one of them's this round, where he had, I think he had like Luke and Ray or something, and or whatever he had. Anyway, he's only put Ray on defense, whereas I expected him to put both GLs on defense so that I couldn't go through his stuff. But he hasn't. He just put Ray down, and everything else was kind of a bit crap.
Don't complain.
No, I mean it's nice to fight players that actually feel like they're playing the game again. And I didn't record this GAC because I thought it would. I was worried it would end up like 3v3 was. So when 5v5 comes around again, I might try recording it because I kind of stopped just because it just got so dull. Everyone was just absolutely loading defense and then not playing. And it was like there's no point. There's nothing interesting here.
Yeah.
So
I've had a bunch of fun just being in voice chats here, streaming my Grand Arenas. It's so much
I've
more
been
fun
out.
to, yeah,
I think that's definitely helped
interact.
us. And I recommend that to anybody who's listening to this is if you've got friends on Discord, just stream your GAC. It's just fun to be playing the game with other people, even though you're not actually in the game together. It creates that social experience. It just makes the game a more enjoyable thing.
Yeah, like me and Scrub, I had a nasty auto deploy. Me and Scrub ran through that, and that just made it a bit less stressful.
I agree.
And just someone else's opinion on, oh yeah, you should try that, and it worked out.
Like, who knew Bastila lead with Nest actually works?
Wow, yeah, on a team that probably it shouldn't have done, but it did.
Right.
What did you play it into?
It had.
I can't. Yeah, it was auto deploy. I can't remember exactly. It was all relics though.
Yeah, it had B1, B2, Droidica, CLS.
Old Ben lead, was it?
Yeah,
Was
and
it?
old Ben
Oh,
was
okay.
in it. I don't think he was lead though.
No, okay. No, that one didn't have CLS. We didn't play Nest into the one with CLS because of the tenacity down.
Let me have a
So
quick look.
yeah.
I can
Take
pull
a
it
look.
up.
It was a crazy comp though, that's for sure.
Yeah, some of those auto deploys can be a bit intimidating. You get like a squad and you're like, oh, it's 2 Revens and CLS and Han Solo and Thrawn, and you're just like, ugh, looks disgusting.
Well, I got Gas, DR, Fives, Malik, and JKR
Yeah, that sounds
all in
horrible.
one squad.
I think they could definitely do
The squad I put Nest into was Jolie, Arc, CLS, P1, and Droidica.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Went for CLS first.
Yeah, just got rid of him.
Okay, so this is something I didn't mention earlier, but I just want to touch on this. So Andy, how's your arena shard going? Since you now made friends with everybody.
This wasn't on the list.
I know it wasn't.
Yeah. So the long and short of it was it was like 1:30 in the morning, and I was watching a guy called Fisk on Twitch, who is like 4 grand arenas because he's got like 4 different accounts, and he was originally the guy that I was like, oh well, this guy's in my shard, so like I asked him to get me in the shard, and then obviously that whole bunch of noise happened where like they were just dicks. But obviously the new guild that we've joined, which is part of the alliance, one of the guy who I originally spoke to about getting the guild is in this alliance, so I think we just guilt tripped him into getting me a spot. I know it's all gravy, but it's really weird because there's so many people in there and they're all really friendly. Like none of them are dicks at all. And there's a couple of enemies of the Shard, but there aren't many of them. So it's all a little bit weird why I wasn't included in the first place. Like, am I really that much of a dick? But but clearly.
But you're
So yeah,
Davvo, can we get an honest answer on that?
No.
I bought him a game earlier, so he has to be careful what he says.
Yeah.
but,
Haven't taught me how to play it.
You're
so we'll ask you tomorrow.
Yeah, when Andy's not around.
Yeah.
but your nemesis Cubs
Love
is in there as well, isn't he?
Cubs is in my Shard, yes. Yeah, I'm
And
currently.
you defeat him
talk.
every day.
Yes, well, no, he doesn't talk at all. No, he doesn't talk at all. But whenever he climbs at a completely different time to me as well. So it's very rare that I see him unless I get pushed back. But every time I do get pushed back, I do tend to fight him because his Jedi aren't very good.
Yeah,
so,
and you were trolling him on his stream or something, weren't you? Has he realised it's you?
No, because my Twitch name's different to my in-game account, so there's no way that you'd ever be able to link that back. I think trolling's a bit of a strong word. I made a joking comment about thinking about his long hair while I was in the bath, which made him feel uncomfortable. But it's just a pure joke because I don't even own a bath. I've only got a shower, so so I don't even know how that would work. But yeah, he doesn't like people thinking
I'm
about
pretty
him while
sure
he's in
that's
the tub.
definitively trolling, bro.
Well, it's not me saying, "Oh, your stream's trash, bro." Like cringe fan hand, all this kind of stuff. It's just, yeah, your long hair gives me feelings while I'm in the bath. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh God.
but anyway, that's probably a little
wow.
bit TMI. But I always bring the TMI to this podcast, and you love me for it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
instead of Andy, we call you Timmy.
Yes. So in short, Shard's amazing. I have no beef with him anymore, and yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much
Well,
it.
speaking about Arena, has anybody dealt with the new Kenobi?
Yes,
I have in Squad Arena, yes.
Bought it once.
Bought it multiple
I've
times.
beat one non-alt Kenobi.
Okay. I've played into a couple of variations, and the ultimate he seems to just spam all day, every day. And his team just eats time like you won't believe. You just sort of sit here watching his team do stuff for 2 minutes before you get a turn. It's
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, well, none of my stuff dies. His team just keeps doing stuff. It's like when you play it with JML, the strategy is basically mark down gas and kill him to get rid of the cooldown increases, and then go after, just work your way around the squad after that. And I could beat him, but the best I've done is with like 50 odd seconds on the clock. It's very time intensive. You don't have time to think about anything just because his team's eating so much time that you just don't have time to plan your moves. You just have to go for the next thing.
With Supreme Leader, and basically they had JK in there, and he had Taunt with damage immunity, and yeah, I just got shit on.
Yeah, I was using Revan to get around that.
Snake, try using Thrawn next time.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind.
I beat the non-alt one with my patent-pending Empire-based SLKR team.
Right.
With Thrawn, Vader, and a couple others.
Who
it
was
will
in the leader
eventually
slot?
have Moff Gideon when I have a good Moff Gideon.
Who was lead, Davvo?
SLKR.
Alright, okay. So it wasn't like you put him under Palpatine or something?
Oh God, no! That would be suicide.
I don't know. Some people, I see a lot of people in my shard occasionally put him under like things like Darth Revan.
Darth
What?
Revan lead, yes, but Palpatine lead specifically would kill his own team.
The turn meet again.
Oh, isn't that only on his leadership though?
Nope, that's his unique.
All right, then fair
Yeah.
enough. His team will explode. I show my ignorance.
Ooh.
And
Yeah,
that
but
is
that's because you
recorded.
don't have to bother thinking when fighting SLKR, because you have Jedi Master Luke.
Oh, mate, it's a joke. You can beat him in like a minute.
Exactly. Why bother reading the kit?
Yeah, I mean, all you do is like mark Red Trooper and kill him, and then you're pretty much not going to lose unless you let your opponent do things. It's pretty easy, actually. I think it's because a lot of the Kylo players pretty much run the same build, and that doesn't really make a difference to Luke.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Kenobi's a thing. He's fortunately not been as devastating, but then some players will have Cat at the end of this conquest, so that might change.
Can't wait for that.
That's definitely going to take things like the gas counter and throw it in the bin when she just annihilates gas. So yeah, that's going to change things up. I mean, I did play against a couple with Cam, and again, it wasn't that bad. It just pushes your timer more, which is that's the thing I've struggled with is the time. But Conquest. So Davvo and Scrub, this is your first hard conquest. How are you finding that?
It is. Scrub, would you like to go first?
Sure. The first couple of phases or sectors, honestly, I was expecting it to be, like super difficult as normal was as you got to the end. But at least with the comps that I have, I found all the way through to the end of sector 3, almost to feel like playing normal, but yet the rewards are just like ridiculously substantial. I'm not sure how Davvo has felt, but that's what it's felt to me. The cards dropping seems about the same, but I've happened to get a couple of decent ones, just like the 1 dots, which is fine because the right comps of those and your squad.
I think everything's just cut out then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scrub come.
Yes. He is gone.
Scrub come back.
Can you hear me?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, you're back.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
All right, I've just made a note on the
I
timestamp.
apologize. Where did I where did I cut off?
Data discs.
Oh, yeah, the data disc. I've gotten, I mean, decent ones, nothing super amazing, but pretty much like the 1 dot ones, but the blues. So it's been pretty good, and with the right team comps, it's made it substantially easy. With the team comps that I have that I run through there with. Guessing maybe Davos is similar. I don't know.
Yeah, basically the only thing that's been hard about Hard Conquest is getting the boss level feats.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to beat that Relic 8 Supreme Leader Kylo with getting critical hits against a team that spams crit immunity.
Yeah,
like
you don't
it's
do that.
Nothing.
You don't do that. You just ignore that one.
Complete the battle without losing a unit against a Relic 8 Supreme Leader Kylo, and recover at least 500,000 points of health. That's difficult.
The don't lose a unit one, I've been able to do really easily with JML, but only if you get the data disc that gives you like a load of extra health and protection.
Yeah.
But I didn't get one this time, so I wasn't able to do that feat.
I actually bought one of the health consumables with like 8 conquest tickets.
Oh, I forget
and
they're a
still
thing.
wasn't able to do it.
Yeah, you need a lot of health to survive it.
Yeah, and I just couldn't.
I
So
think-
I haven't been doing well on feats,
Okay.
basically.
I know that you don't actually have to do his ones. You can pretty much do most of the other ones and leave out a couple, as long as you do all of the, the ones like the sector specific ones.
Yeah.
As long as you get all of those, you can pretty much get to the top box with only a couple of boss ones.
Okay. So yeah, I'm 30 tickets away from the tier 6 box, and I still have a few sector feats to go, and I'm hoping I won't have to do many of the boss feats.
Yeah, there's plenty of tricks to doing some of the more annoying ones, like the marked enemies one. There's like you can do a funny Grievous team with that, and that gets you quite a lot.
Doesn't
And
it
you-
have it? Doesn't it specify marked enemies?
No, marked anybody. It's you applying marked. So if you run
Oh, I've been doing this all wrong.
yes,
then.
you have. So put Palpatine in the leader slot, and then put Grievous, B1, B2, and Droidica or something in, and have Palpatine keep using the heal ability, because that will drain a small amount of health off Grievous, and then he will then put Mark onto his guys. You can also do it against the Galactic Republic teams, which you hate to face. You can just have Grievous do an AoE, and his health will then be low.
Okay.
And then he'll keep marking his own dudes.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, you don't. You also don't have to beat the battle. You can lose it, and it still counts. So that's quite an easy way of getting those. Otherwise, it's quite difficult.
You can also pull JKR into the Night Sisters.
Yeah, but because
I was about to do 40 battles with JKR.
Yeah, but because you don't have the cooldown thing anymore, putting him into the Night Sisters means you get like 3 or 4 a battle before you have to close the fight out. It's not quite as good.
I'm generally able to get 10.
If you
can, about
all
turn
10,
meter, I'll swap to JKR instead of anywhere else.
Yeah, I suppose if you could load it up with the characters that can do that, you might be okay.
Yeah, but the Grievous is the better one for sure.
Yeah, so that solved that feat. The only other one that's really a bit tricky is the evasion one, because you actually have to win the battle, and it's on the last sector.
Yeah.
So I was running like both Yodas under Old Ben with Shakti and Revan, and you just play that into some Night Sisters, and just get them really low, and then just keep pounding on zombie.
I had the foresight to get a Night Sister battle unlocked and open in Sector 5, so that's been useful.
Yeah, but it's not.
I
too
think
difficult.
the one that's gotten me is the thermal detonators.
Oh, mate, that's well easy. So
basically, Jawas into a
a
Geo's team.
You can use Jawas, or you can use
not if you don't have them activated.
No, but you can actually do it with.
I have 3 of them at level 1 and Scavenger at gear 4, and I'm averaging about 10 thermal detonators per play.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you my strategy anyway, because mine's easier than Jawas. If you've got a decent Bosk, you don't even have to have Bosk. You can use any good tank, but Bosk is better. Just because you get the bounty hunter bonus. Put Watt in there and put the tank tech on him, and then Gear 8 Zam, Gear 8 Dengar, and Gear 8 Greedo, and just have them throw bombs.
Okay, well, see, the Watt aspect I didn't do, but I do have a Relic 4, I believe, Bosk. And I was putting it, but the first people they go for is Dengar
and
Greedo. They explode them. Yeah, right. But okay,
as long as you pick,
as
your opponents carefully. So, like, if you get a Night Sister battle where there's like Ventress lead but no Talzin, that's not too bad. You can sometimes manage that if you just get rid of Ventress, or ability block her and then ignore her. Or if you're playing it into other bounty hunters, it's not too bad as long as there's not too many Mandos, because they'll ignore your taunt.
Right.
But you can generally get 2 throws of grenades from every character, at least. Nice. And that builds up pretty quick. But fortunately, if you've got the relic tank, you can get away with gear 8s on the other characters, so they're not like eating any premium gear to use.
Right. I said Relic 4. He's actually Relic 5.
No, well. Your other bomb chuckers only need to be like gear 8. So.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that's quite easy on that one. Any others that you guys have found hard?
No, I got really good data discs.
Yeah, I think the boss feat's kind of like what Davvo was saying. I've gotten all of them except for one on each of them so far, and I'm just past CLS. But I haven't done any refreshes. I've only let the energy naturally.
Yeah. On hard, you generally need to do a few refreshes, just because all of the feats are twice as many as they were on normal. So it's like
I have noticed that.
You need like 50 wins with light side, 50 wins with dark side.
Yeah.
It takes a while, so if you do have the capacity to hit the hard box, you probably need to do refreshes just to make sure you've had enough plays. But I was kind of staggering them so I could keep all my teams at the high percentage stamina thing. Just because it being slightly harder than before, it is a lot easier to lose.
Okay, that makes perfect sense to me.
Anything else you guys want to add? Because we've been going about 40 minutes, probably about time to close up.
Yeah. Nothing else from me.
No, nothing from me.
Okay. Thank you for coming on this cast again, guys. Thank you, listeners, for listening. All 5 of you, or 4 at this point, because someone must have got bored. Yeah, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Adios.
Later.
Blue.
Yeah, annoying because he wants to start the podcast and we're just ranting.
I've just clicked recording, and when we get there, we get there.
You can just hear the silence. You can hear the anger in his silence.
It doesn't
My
matter.
earphones all of a sudden got hot.
I want to talk about SWGOH, all right?
Oh, I don't give a shit. We can talk about anything you want. This has been
We're not
hijacked.
talking about child abuse and fish and chips. Just stop it. Oh dear.
Whatever makes you happy.
Oh dear.
I was gonna try and get a topic list, since lots of stuff keeps happening.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because we were
That's a good
originally
idea.
2 weeks ago when we failed to record, we were going to talk about changing guild, and then we were going to have Cody on, and that didn't happen because we arranged it on the 4th of July, because that's obviously not a holiday here. And then we rearranged it, but Snake forgot that football was on, so then football was on, so it didn't happen again, and then we're here. So,
Yeah, well, Andy would have watched the football.
I was actually out. I said I was out.
yeah, but
did
when
watch the
I
football,
when I said Wednesday before, I'm pretty sure you were the first response saying, "Yeah, that's fine."
Yeah, but then obviously football came on.
And it was all for nothing.
Yes, don't remind us, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, I've only just
Well,
got over the
disappointed as you
crippling
are.
depression. Can we just stop?
Raid, Snake's yes means yes, unless football. You should have known this.
Yeah, well, I don't do football.
I don't do football, but come on, England in the Euros.
Means nothing to me.
For
Nothing.
once, I am on the same page as Raid.
It's not for once. We've agreed before.
No, you haven't.
The odd occasion.
On what? Name one thing you've agreed on.
Bosk.
We don't
What about-
agree on that.
No, we
You both agree on Mothma.
We agreed that he was good for your account.
Okay, yes. But we did not agree on actually doing him.
No, I just did it.
Yeah.
And now you
You
could
did both agree on Mothma, though.
But you are probably grateful because you've got so much out of him.
Oh, yeah.
Your finalizer's been upgraded. You get holds in Grand Arena. It's a great.
You both agree that I've got poor spending habits in the game.
Yeah.
We
What,
all
none?
agree with that.
Yeah.
Also, Scrub, we didn't actually agree on Mothma when she first released because
Oh, no?
we both had entirely different ideas of what the squad would look like.
Davvo was right.